My name is Schiller. Welcome to another edition of XFeed. If you guys enjoy this content, well, I shouldn't even say if you enjoy this. It's going to be your first time here. And if it's your first time here, welcome aboard. We talk about NFTs, crypto, some stuff that I find interesting, more or less. If you're interested in more focusing on RWAs and that kind of jazz, down below, you can check out the RWA Segments podcast. Today, we are checking out something from NBA Top Shot, talk a little bit about La Liga. We're seeing a whole bunch of things coming out from Futureverse and a pretty wild video that I was unexpectedly made aware of on the timeline thanks to AGM. And if you are here, AGM, shout out to you. And Emtali, what's going on, Rumalazzi? Emtali, you know, we have this discussion typically about once a day where you say "saw" and I say "how's it going," and then we ramble on about like going around to play video games at some point, and then it doesn't happen. You know what I mean? Like is that what our friendship has gone to? That we just say things and then it doesn't happen. That's unbelievably tough. Holy smokes. Okay, so jumping into the things, NBA Top Shot the other day. If you didn't see, they had their Sotheby's auction, which, first of all, why in the absolute halibut, yo, Atari God, what is going on? My Brumalauchi, how are we? Am I crazy, or have you not tweeted in like a day or two? Listen, I don't have notifications on for a whole lot of people, but I swear to God, I'm on my timeline so often, and X knows, like when Atari tweets, put it on my timeline. I see it every day. I feel like I haven't seen you in like a day. You know what I mean? I'm like, what's going on with Atari? So Sotheby's, it's a massive auction house, and they have done Gary V, I think, like original drawings. They've done CryptoPunks. They've done Bored Apes. They've done a whole bunch of different things pertaining to digital assets in a bigger market. And so NBA Top Shot, in partnership with them, did a bunch of one-of-one moments for some of the rookies. You worked at 24. See, I knew something was off, Atari. I knew something was off. So this is the one that ended up going for the most. Yves Missy, if I'm saying that correctly, the powerhouse starting center for the New Orleans Pelicans, an early contender for Rookie of the Year, and was headliner of the auction, and the community responded accordingly for $3,120. Okay, listen, in Canadian dollars, that we're talking closer to $4,000 plus. Sheesh. But cool to see that that had any interest. I really didn't know when that came out that they were doing one-of-one auctions for NBA Top Shot. I was like, I don't know how that's going to be going through an auction house, but nice to see. NFT Bro. Notice this on the timeline. So if you haven't relogged into the Third Kingdom, you're able to do so. You are going to need to update. So if you haven't updated before you click on the game, realize it'll kick you out, reset the launcher, and you should be able to download it. But it looks like minting Alloy is the first challenge, and this is it for everybody. I don't think it's different between any of the teams, but it does show the top 20 contributors. And it's interesting because this says mint Alloy, and the only way you're able to do that is if you have enough resources from everything to be able to actually mint it. So I don't think it's necessarily just about gathering. So something to watch on that front. We do have the new quest from Futureverse as well. This is the meme machine. I've posted a little bit, not really recently, but I've used some of the memes before. It's a really fun application where there's filters for cool cats and then also filters for Fluff World right now. Bored Apes are coming, other things are coming, and coming through on a big hot friggin' 43 streak.
Yo, Mr. Vaughn, 43 months man, been a wild ride.
Sheesh, the Hunter train. Can I get a choo-choo? Man's coming on through. Good to see you. Thank you, sir. Hope you're well. Bruh, when are we playing League? When are we playing Rivals? What is going on? What are we doing? My Brumalauchi. So, again, if you have a future score of any sort, if you go and mess around with the meme machine, I think there's a link somewhere in here. Oh, listen, so they don't even have the link in here. What do we do? To enter, go to the altered state machine, meme machine. Okay, there we go. So we got the application down here. Who knows saying tonight? Hell yeah. So, I mean, maybe I can try to do it right now. I've honestly had to open like a support ticket because mine was broken the other day, which was phenomenal. Just my luck. You know what I mean? Oh, now I'm getting a 404 error. I think everybody's breaking it. I think everybody's breaking it. So we might not do that right now. I'll have to go back and check it. But the memes are really, really cool from it. And so further to that, NFT Bros trying to scoop for the alpha because Jesse, who's one of the people on the Futureverse team, said, well, what if this happened with Bored Apes? And you can see, obviously, there's a Bored Ape in this and a certain style for that. And so Aaron responded saying, this is a test at the moment. It's using our new Auto Lora pipeline, which would allow anyone to make their own meme machine from an asset they own, which is kind of wild that that could be opened up to literally anybody. Very cool tech that automatically creates the data from a single image or 3D model. And then further to that, everyone generates a pass. Transactions pay for meme credits. Minting memes will generate transactions. Very nice. Very nice. We do love the transactions that are happening. Okay, so this is unbelievably weird. I haven't clicked on this, so I have no idea if this is wildly inappropriate or like not too shabby, but I saw AGM post this saying, congrats Dan Farah and Shara Senderoff. And I was like, huh? What the hell is this? But a movie? A documentary? It's coming?
The American people are ready to receive the truth.
Humanity is not the only intelligence in the universe.
Humanity is not the only intelligent species.
We are absolutely not alone.
Non-human intelligence exists.
UAPs are real, they're here, and they're not human. I spent 25 years as a senior official with the CIA.
I worked on highly classified UAP programs.
28 years as an astrophysicist.
This is way spicier than I thought.
As the 4th Director of National Intelligence.
Director of Aviation Security in the National Security Council.
A one-star admiral after 32 years of service.
People that come forward with this, I feel like they've taken their life in their own hands.
I was recruited to a highly sensitive government program that investigated unidentified aerial phenomenon.
For over 16 years, on behalf of the U.S. government, I worked as a senior intelligence official on the unidentified aerial phenomenon topic.
We learned that the U.S. government was involved in a long-running secret war with other nations to collect and reverse engineer vehicles not made by humans.
I have seen with my own eyes non-human craft and non-human beings.
So look at that thing. It's rotating. There's a whole fleet of them.
The first country that cracks the code on this technology will be the leader for years to come.
China has established its own version of a UAP task force.
You think for a second that they wouldn't consider using it to achieve their ends of domination?
This is similar to the Manhattan Project. This is the atomic weapon on steroids.
This is so secret. Very, very few people in our entire government have been allowed access to it.
Even presidents have been operating on a need-to-know basis, but that begins to ramp out of control.
It's not acceptable to have secret parts of government that no one ever sees.
You better be careful about a government that doesn't trust its people, because there's no telling what they'll pull on you.
This is the biggest discovery in human history.
You had information being locked away that could change the trajectory for species.
It has so many beneficial impacts, including clean energy.
We should have disclosure today. We should have disclosure tomorrow. The time has come.
I am floored.
What else you want to know?
And so within the credits, a Farah Films production in association with Born Ready Productions. And Shara's an executive producer. Yo, Snazzy, what's going on? I don't know if you were here for that whole thing, but I'm going to use a reference that, have you ever been with like a friend or a person you didn't know and you go to this party and then half the party is going and doing, you know, recreational things where like you and the person you just met are like using crayons to color a house upstairs. Now that's how I actually met Xander. For Hunar and Stas, you know who Xander is. And I feel like when I clicked on that video, I was like, I wasn't expecting this party to be down here. You know, I was up there crayoning the house. You know what I'm saying? Type of deal. Yo, D knows what's going on. So, wow. All right. I don't know. Yo, Buffalo, how we doing? Yeah. Wow. Okay, cool. So, big documentary coming out of there. I don't know if that's going to relate more to like Futureverse or what, but they are associated with that, so that's cool. Carrie Echo is also getting these shoes. Listen, I got a whole bunch of like old shoes not relating to these, but if you guys remember the Reebok Impact, I guess these are one of the like customized shoes that they won from that. So kind of cool to see that in person. Okay, a little bit of soccer for you, or football. La Liga and Coin W. We like W, but what the hell is the name Coin W? Come on, we can do better than that. Revolutionize fan engagement with Web3. I feel like we say this a lot. Same verbiage as per usual. Let's go through this. Is this BS? Is this good? I don't know. La Liga has confirmed that cryptocurrency exchange CoinW, in which I've never heard of before, has become the league's official regional crypto exchange partner with a series of activations to follow. So this seems maybe like obviously regional. So that's probably why I don't know what it is. As part of the agreement, La Liga and CoinW will collaborate on bringing forth new interactive fan engagement programs, exclusive rewards and giveaways, educational campaigns on blockchain, and football-themed events throughout the year. So I had like a local hockey team that posted maybe, I want to say it was like 2 years ago, maybe it was only a year ago, that they had like NFTs, and it was NFTs that were on Polygon, but it was through this like application I haven't heard of before. And I was like, you know, that's interesting. And I'm in NFTs, but I'm like, I don't really want to like click on it because, you know, it's like these side smaller things, whatever. But it's almost a bigger thing of like just flat out the education. So I think that's going to be needed and will be interesting, trying to relate it to what's going to happen for all these big players on educating people coming into the space. Okay, so I want to talk about brand loyalty for a second, and I want to. This is like kind of a political post, but I'm not trying to mean it this way. Okay, so there's all this conversation around the U.S. and Canada tariffs and all this kind of jazz, but this Jody person said, we need a clear list of Canadian alternatives. And if you go to the store, unless you pick up the bottle, go to the back of it, you have no idea where things are made, right? And it's kind of the same thing within like the blockchain space. When we make an argument of, oh, we like a certain brand, or we like a certain one of this or that, there's not much like nationality towards anything, except for recently when it was like, oh, potentially crypto that's made in the USA is like tax-free. But if you notice for all these products and brands, we really don't know the origins unless you go through it. So now, does it matter for things within the space to say, hey, we're from, this certain country? Is that ever going to matter? Because I can't think of a single time in Web3 where that's been relevant outside of people assuming that there might be no taxes for US crypto for people that are within the States. Okay, so I was scrolling on my timeline trying to find some stuff about Azuki today, okay? And back in January, so a year ago, January 7th, 2024, do you guys remember what was happening within Azuki? Make a lot of people angry, yet I won't let that stop me. The last few months holding Azuki has been nothing more than a giant disappointment. Even Azuki whales are speaking up about this fact. Make a lot of people angry, yet I won't let that stop me. The last few months holding Azuki has been nothing more than a giant disappointment. So, everybody's talking at the time, I have no idea why the hell I recorded this to save it, right? But everybody's screaming, Azuki's a failure, Azuki's a failure. And then you come out on the timeline, now you have Spirit Azuki selling for $547,000. We have the anime token coming out where a whole bunch of these like side random things that aren't even associated with Azuki are getting token dropped. And it's literally the most talked about collection to the point in which Blur has had this on their front page for months and come out of the woodwork. So look who it is. It's OpenSea, changing their avatar to an Azuki just in time to try to milk a little bit of engagement. Well, if you go to Blur, what's the first thing you see? Oh, it's Azuki, and it's been that way for literally over a month. So it's funny when I've tried to make the argument, right? I'm sitting here being like, oh, I'm making an argument to myself, essentially. But things that were in the news, for bad or good, a couple months ago are completely irrelevant when you move forward. And this is a phenomenal example of that, because there was a bunch of FUD. Now it's a bunch of love. Now we can just get into cringe, guys. What the frig are these new artifact shoes? So the Zellerfield officials. Listen, I'm the type of person, you want to give me a pair of Crocs, I don't really care how my feet look. I would even wear these. I don't really care. But like, these are the weirdest looking things that I've ever seen. And I don't know if we're just going to like bold and beautiful. You know, is that a new catchphrase in 2025? Because what in the hell is this? Yo, it's too much info to know that I would wear Crocs. Nah, listen, the brand damage is bad. But didn't Doodles collaborate with Crocs? Did we make it good? Is it a Minecraft Cybertruck shoes? Yo, that's actually a good reference. But it does kind of look like that. Okay, so I'm not going to play this video because it's like 7 minutes, but this Matheson person says, I was on BNN Bloomberg, which is like a Canadian financial news station that's on like 24/7. They say I'm speaking on how Canada can step up and embrace economic freedom. Crypto is at an inflection point. True. And in 2025, we'll see digital assets start to transform our financial system. And it's weird thinking about like for us, right? We're here trying to tell other people, guys, listen, I'm going to sound like an absolute lunatic. Like you could probably put like the red nose on me, put a wig, and call me a clown. That's fine. People think that. But these digital assets, if you're not online, you don't really realize what's going on, how it's just being forced upon everything and getting bigger and better. And once you're in the space, you're like, holy smokes, I thought reality TV was good. Let me check out the timeline. And it's way better. Here's my predictions. Canadian dollars are decreasing in value by about 8% a year. And as a result, crypto will prove to be a way for Canadians to maintain their purchasing power. Following the lead of Vancouver and Mayor Ken Sim, who proposed taking like Bitcoin and taxes, etc., more Canadian municipalities will explore adopting crypto payments. Pension funds will start investing in digital assets to protect long-term purchasing power for their clients. And with the U.S. Indicating it may implement a Bitcoin strategic reserve, we'll see more countries following suit. And it is interesting because let's say all this stuff is true. It's like, okay, do you buy it now? Is the price all going to be up once everybody buys it? Is it, is there actually going to be a whole bunch of sellers of everybody that's in the space right now, essentially front running all of this stuff? I have no idea. Okay. So, Stasi, I think you were the one that found this, and I was like, what in the world is this? So, Whispervale. Ladies and gentlemen in the classroom, have any of you ever heard of Whispervale before? No. Okay, phenomenal. So when we go and hover over it, what does it say? A world of adventure and dark fantasy. NFTs, games created by Linquode. Founder at Cool Cats. Partner Animoca Brands.
Welcome to the future of ETH NFTs, where scarcity, legacy, and opportunity collide.
Each Whispervale Hero NFT is your gateway to great.
Hunar, you need to talk with them about whatever this art is, because these look like I don't even know what to say. Straight up AI generated. It's like we got crooked noses, we got like sucked in faces. Like, it's cool. Listen. I mean, I do got, some chunky cheeks here. Like, I listen, if I could be like a mix of that and like I'm down. But the point being, these things look weird.
Is your gateway to greatness. Will you uncover the rarest one of one, where we offer to buy it back for 1 ETH? Or harness the Wisp airdrop to power your journey throughout Whispervale?
5,000 NFTs, 4 tiers of rarity, each one a powerhouse, loaded with stats between 7 and 20. Your ticket to dominance in the unique dueling system.
No grinding, no waiting. Mint today, and your journey begins instantly. Whispervale is already layered with games, stories, and endless possibilities. And there's more coming in 2025.
Wait, why would you highlight that it's why would you highlight that it's sold out if it's not sold out?
Goid, a visionary behind Cool Cats. This is the first big ETH NFT drop of 2025. A chance to reclaim the glory of the blockchain while standing on the shoulders of giants. Don't miss out. Only 5,000 NFTs.
Okay, so I'm just like, I've not heard of this at all. Like, at all. Like at all. Like there's things that you've kind of heard about and then things you've not heard about at all. And I haven't heard about this at all. So the initial cost of the NFTs sit at 0.019 ETH. However, this price may be adjusted over time to reflect market conditions. Why Ethereum? So this is also kind of like, not to go on a tangent, but I think a lot of new collections are probably just like not going to do things on Ethereum if there's alternatives, because the gas fees are still awful. Only 5,000 NFTs, by the way. It's still a lot. So there's content, and then there's a Ton game. But the NFTs are on... Oh, but see, but they have t-shirts, hoodies, all that kind of jazz. I mean, listen, I'm a comic fan, so that's cool they have these. But again, I was just surprised that this thing is like a Cool Cats product. It doesn't look anything like Cool Cats, and I've not heard it before. So Snazzy, shout out to you. Okay, listen, I'm having a sip of the hopium today. That's what we're doing. The Root Network will play a very significant role in the XRP-Fi narrative. Imagine if even just 5% of the 190 billion XRP market cap moves on-chain to Root. Please, somebody do this and somebody do it soon. Please, thank you very much. And I think there was like a good comment in here from NFT Bro. Even 0.1% would be amazing at the moment. True. So this is... What do we think about this? The conversation around stablecoins, and if you've listened to podcasts or various individuals talk about what they think is going to have like a breakout year or a really, really significant impact for crypto, a lot of them are saying stablecoins. And earlier this morning, like very late last night, we're talking like literally midnight, a little past, just in, Coinbase will delist Tether's USDT if new US legislation demands it. CEO Brian Armstrong. I mean, that would be pretty big, I'd think. Maybe Coinbase is only like a sliver of what's going on with USDT. I haven't done my own research, so I apologize. But I feel like that headline alone is pretty crazy. But then the question is, does that mean that like the Ripple USD is potentially going to get pushed forward? How do things get picked and choose? Which then goes back to the aspect of before when there was this narrative of, from the XRP side, which was fair of, okay, why does Ethereum get a pass where XRP is getting sued to oblivion by the SEC? And now does the script flip by chance? Even though this is a little bit different on who's the subject matter, but interesting to watch. So another food for thought here. Whenever I go to the grocery store, I see produce wrapped in plastic, meat and dairy wrapped in plastic, cereals, juices, and snacks wrapped in plastic. But when I go to the checkout, I can't get a plastic bag because it's bad for the environment. You know, that's a phenomenal tweet. What are we doing? Apparently playing ice hockey in the streets of New Orleans because it's so friggin' cold. Went out yesterday, never going out again. True. The metaverse is the future. We love it. Oh my God. So yesterday, if you haven't seen, there was a bid that was accepted of like a couple of cents. I blocked this person a while ago. It's just, we can go into it. Anyway, they bought a CryptoPunk in which they then decided they were going to sell it after buying it, but then sold it for like 60 cents or whatever it was. But it's like, we're talking like a $100,000 plus asset. It's just, when we talked about the reality TV show earlier, it just gets better. So then Jesse, apparently 2 virtual agents, right? We're having these conversations about AI agents on the timeline. You can give them like a little bit of funds. They can trade for you. They can do whatever. Can have their own thoughts. So apparently 2 of them decided to buy Jesse Pizza, which was sending them like $50 US through Coinbase. But the fact that this happened and it's like actually real and it's not like some fake, 2 people got together, they were behind like an X account and then they sent the money, is wild. And I don't think we grasp how crazy it is. But a lot of people bring up somebody spent, $1 bajillion of Bitcoin for a pizza. This is that, but maybe even bigger. We talked about the Bored and Hungry store, the new one. Kind of cool. Just wanted to highlight that right quick. Second craziest thing involving pizza and crypto. Yo, true. So just showing love for that. Cool to see you. And the fact they're saying American style burger. It's weird to think that like what we have is just like normal, but you go elsewhere, it's an American style burger. Crazy. BlackRock CEO says if you're frightened of the debasement of your currency or the economic or political stability of your country, you can have an internationally based instrument called Bitcoin that will overcome those local fears. So we go down the list. We can bring up things. We can say, maybe we're the red-nosed clowns that we were talking about. Maybe we are. Or maybe we were just early. True! But that's going to be it for this edition of XFeed. Snazzy, thank you so much for coming through. You're an absolute legend. Tito's as well. You've been here all the friggin' time. Same with Buffalo Space. You guys are consistently phenomenal. Hoonzy, let me know when we are playing the gamers later, because that'd be awesome. Atari, I have no idea if you're here going back for 24 and falling asleep, but thank you for coming through. And I'm Tali, yes, Al, yeah, Brumalowski. But have yourself a good one, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.